You ever sit somewhere and feel like you don't belong, but everyone else is acting like everything is perfect? Yeah, that was me in church. I stopped going to church when I was 10 years old. And no, it wasn't because I lost my way or wanted to be rebellious. It was because I started paying attention. There was this one woman in church always in the front row. Every Sunday she would cry the loudest, pray the hardest. People used to say, that woman is full of the spirit, but one day after service, I saw her outside shouting at a young girl, insulting her, calling her useless and a wayward slut. And I just stood there like, wait, is this the same person? That was the first time something in me said, this doesn't feel right. That's when I started noticing a pattern. People would preach love, but practice judgment. They would talk about humility, but compete over who looks more holy. They will say, God sees your heart, but judge you based on your appearance. It started feeling less like a place of truth and more like a performance. And then there was the money part. Every week offering, special offering, building offering, prophetic seed. I remember one time a man stood up and said, if you give a certain amount, your problems will disappear. Even at 10, I was confused, like, so God now has a price tag. Meanwhile, I'd see people struggling, but still pressured to give what they didn't even have. That's when it started feeling less like faith and more like business. When I stopped going to church, that's when things got worse. People didn't ask me why. They didn't try to understand. They just labeled me. I was called possessed. They said I had a demon. Some even told me, if you don't go to church, no good man will marry you. Imagine telling a child that. And what scared me the most wasn't even the words, it was how normal it all felt to them. Like nobody was questioning anything. Like everyone just accepted it without thinking. It felt like being in a room where everyone is asleep and you're the only one awake. Now listen, I'm not saying every single church is bad. I'm not saying every single person is fake. But my experience, it was full of pressure, judgment, and contradictions. So yeah, that's why I stopped going to church at 10. If you've ever felt something similar, like things just don't add up, you're not crazy, you're just paying attention, let me know your experience in the comments.